on. I just knocked over my camera. I'm picking it up. Sorry about that.
Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be something that is awaited, I was gonna say long awaited, but it's only been 3 weeks. But firstly, sorry for my absence. I got my wisdom teeth removed and took just like a wee hiatus. But, you know, don't you worry, I've been plotting in my evil lair content for the next 2 months, and a revamp for this channel is coming, so stay tuned. Okay, I didn't think I was gonna be ready at the time of filming this, so I didn't mention it, but what I meant by that is that I commissioned channel art for my channel. So, like, my profile photo now is me drawn as a lulaloopsey, and it's so cute. Shout out to Kara on Instagram. I think that's how you pronounce her username. Sorry if I mispronounced, but she's so sweet, and she draws a lot of my hyperfixation, so it was really cool to commission her. She did a great job. But anyways, it's pretty much a universal experience that every gay person has, like, a character or like a celebrity where you were like, I want to be their friend so badly, or like I would date them if they were a boy, but you in fact grew up and realized you did not want to be your friend. You were just a raging homosexual. So I asked you guys on the community tab who your gay awakening characters were, and today we're gonna be ranking them.
I'm gonna judge you.
We'll be ranking them on a scale of 4 tiers. I gave them kind of descriptions versus like the simple S to F. So we have the S tier, which is hear me out, I'm listening. This is for characters where I 100% agree with you. Then we have our A tier, which is valid, like you're valid for that. I'm a lesbian, so I might not relate to every single character, although, you know, lesbians can like fictional men, just a PSA.
They're not real.
But I didn't want to just like make this video all women just because I can't relate, so I'm trying not to base my opinions, you know, fully on like, oh, I don't like men. More like, okay, I get why you like this person, if that makes sense. The next tier is me too, but not anymore. This is here because I'm freshly 18, but this video is me relating to my childhood self, and I wanted to just appreciate certain characters without being a weirdo, of course. So characters put in this tier relate to childhood me strictly, not me today, not present day me. Then we have our D tier, which is I have so many questions. I have so many questions. And lastly, we have F tier, or the don't see the appeal. This is for characters where I just don't get the appeal, but it's not meant to really shame anybody because, hey, you do you at the end of the day. With all that out of the way, let's get to the ranking. I tried to separate these into categories, but some of them are honestly just miscellaneous. But our first subsection we're going to talk about is Tinkerbell fairies. One of the most popular responses by far were the Pixie Hollow fairies, which I can't say shocked me. I can most definitely relate. Multiple people put Silver Mist specifically, who I also loved. For a refresher, she is the water fairy of the group. Pretty self-explanatory, common, like tip of the iceberg one. I'm gonna put her at obviously me too, but not anymore. Rosetta was also another favorite, which gosh, okay, you're gonna see a theme of me and like angst characters in this. Rosetta was not angst, but she's like bossy, but not in like a mean way. She's like bossy and like she's being a leader. She's fulfilling her role as a leader, and she's got some, you know, wisdom to give to the other fairies in the group of friends, considering that she actually is a tad bit older than the rest of the group. I don't really think by a large milestone, but I think she's like closer to probably like 18, early 20s. I literally couldn't find a specified age online. I just know that she's older, which I didn't know as a kid, but looking back, that makes a ton of sense. So I'm gonna assume it's okay for me to put her in hear me out, I'm listening, because honestly, I can relate. And finally, we have Vidya, who I literally saw like one person put Vidya, and I was like, where are the Vidya lovers, okay? Again, the theme of the angst. Vidya is like probably a better example than Rosetta, but you still get my point. Vidya is gonna also go into me too, but not anymore. But yeah, where are my Vidya stands at?
Rise up.
Not gonna lie, this is making me want to rewatch the Tinkerbell movies. Don't make me restart the hyperfixation, because I will. The Great Divide movie was literally the reset. Like, do you guys remember the one that China and McClain did a song for? I'm on your side. Let's take this ride. And then there was also like the pirate treasure hunt. I don't know if that's the one where they get stuck in the house, but I remember clearly this one where they get stuck in the house, like The Secret Life of Arietti? I was gonna compare it to a Studio Ghibli movie, but I really can't even remember the name. The one that has Bridget Mendler in it. Anyway, it just reminded me of that, how I guess she's not a fairy though. She's like just a little girl. Our next category is My Little Pony, which I can say I was not shocked to see either. Starting off strong, we have Rainbow Dash. I agree. Rainbow Dash was never like, I don't know how to explain it. She was never like my favorite, but there was something about her that I really liked. I was like obsessed with Pinkie Pie, but Rainbow Dash was like my secret favorite.
If that makes, I don't know.
My makeup is giving Rainbow Dash. No, your makeup is literally gay. I'm gonna put Rainbow Dash in Me Too, but not anymore for obvious reasons. But if you had said the Rainbow Dash, like when she's an adult at the very end of the movie, when like her and Applejack grew old together, I would still hear you out. Speaking of Applejack, that's our next one. I was not shocked to see Applejack. As a kid, I feel like I didn't like Applejack. But I think it's because I had like internalized homophobia or something, because like whenever I look back at Applejack, like there's this one picture that was like and it's a picture of the ponies when Rarity styled them. I forget for what, because I haven't watched My Little Pony in so long. I'm sorry, I'm a fake fan. And everyone in the replies is trying to guess like who is the one serving cunt. And I was just looking and I was like, it is so obviously Applejack. But if you had asked me the same question of who looked best in this photo, like when I liked My Little Pony, I would have not said Applejack. Like, I feel like it was very internalized homophobia. Next is Fluttershy. I'm gonna put her in probably valid because, like, me personally, I didn't have an awakening from her. But, like, I can see why you would. I mean, with any of the ponies, I'm just not shocked. So, it all makes sense. And finally, we have the Shadow Tempest from the My Little Pony movie. I am gonna be so real. I've never seen the My Little Pony movie. I don't have a knowledge of watching it. Well, I actually don't know that. I was really an avid My Little Pony watcher on the Hub and everything. And if this movie aired on the Hub, which I'm gonna assume it did, I very well could have seen it. I just am telling you right now, I don't remember anything.
What's the plot of the movie? I really have no idea.
My Little Pony. Twilight, Sparkle, Rainbow Jack. Rainbow Jack. I didn't even have to tell you guys who I ship with who. Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rarity embark on an epic journey to save Ponyville from the Dark Force. Along the way, the main six meet new friends and face exciting challenges as they travel beyond Equestria to defeat the evil Storm King and his minion unicorn Tempest Shadow. Oh, okay, this is the villain. I was reading this and I was really thinking like, oh, Discord is gonna be in here and I'm gonna be like, oh, I remember that! No, that must have been like a special or something. Is there multiple movies? Oh, okay, I see the vision. I see the vision. I'm gonna put her in Hear Me Out, I'm Listening, because from what I'm reading online, it seems like she is older than the main six. Now we're in miscellaneous territory. It's gonna get crazy from here. This next one is a great one to start off with because it's just so oddly specific. The women of Johnny Bravo. The women in. This man gets no bitches. I was a big avid Boomerang watcher as a kid, but if you ask me like what the plot of Johnny Bravo is, despite me watching it, I could not tell you. Now let's take a gander, shall we? There was an episode where he was a woman? Do I need
to rank this one too?
Women in Johnny Bravo. It's just showing him as a woman. I'm being so serious. Oh wait. If I'm ranking Johnny Bravo as a woman, I'm putting her in Hear Me Out, I'm Listening. And if I'm ranking the women of Johnny Bravo, I'm gonna put it in valid because I haven't seen enough of the material to really get it. The first time I read this next one, I literally laughed out loud. Black Club Penguin Puffles. No, because I literally used to have an obsession with like, you know the brown Puffle that has like the bigger eyes because it's like wearing like steampunk goggles? Or like, I don't know if they're supposed to be glasses, just I can't remember. So honestly, you're so real. You're so real for this. I want to rank the Black Club Penguin Puffle as valid. Our next one is Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Firstly, you are so real for this. And second, automatic I'm hearing you out. I remember watching this movie. And as a kid, Roger, like, he made me so mad. Infuriated me for no reason. Looking back, I think it's just because I was jealous of him and his riz.
I'm never saying that again.
I'm sorry. I can't take that word seriously. It's some iCarly ass slang. Anyway, seeing Jessica Rabbit for the first time most definitely changed my brain chemistry. That about sums it up. Next is Finn from Adventure Time. I'm gonna put this in Me Too, but not anymore, just because that scene where like, I think Jake was dying and Finn had to save him by getting hair or showing him hair or something. And then he was like, oh, well, I have hair. I can just show you mine. And so he like pulls off his hat and reveals his hair. And I was just mesmerized by that scene. Like, that scene made me feel things. Next is the Teenage Dream album cover by Katy Perry. I don't think I'm normal. The scream I scrumped when I saw this, because I almost made this a video about my gay awakenings and ranking them, and when I made like a little list for that video before I scrapped it and just did a Google form, literally one of the first things I put was the Teenage Dream album cover.
And you are completely normal, because you are obviously not the only one.
There are so many Katy Perry music videos where like I didn't even like the songs for some of them, like in her later pop years, and I watched them anyway, and I didn't know why I was watching. Obviously I'm listening, so we know where this is going on our ranking. Next is Bitchin 11 from Stranger Things, which happened in season 2, I believe. If you don't know, she has like slick back hair and like dark eye makeup, and she says the line, I think it's like, "I'm bitchin'." I was already past my awakening at this point. I remember I went to Hot Topic shortly after season 2, and they had like Bitchin merch, and I really wanted it, but I was with my grandma and she wouldn't let me get it. So I'm gonna put this in valid. You are so valid for that. I feel like that gave me gender envy instead of like an awakening, because I was already awoken. Next is Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians. I am disappointed, but sadly not surprised. Okay, but for me it was the Sandman. Like, I didn't have a crush on the Sandman, but as I was just saying about like gender envy, I wanted to be the Sandman. Just like I wanted to be Mangle from FNAF.
They are so gender.
Also, I can't talk about Jack Frost without thinking of those like Elsa x Jack Frost crossover edits from like 2013-ish. You know if you know. I'm gonna put this in. Honestly, I 100% do not see the appeal for this one, so that's where I'm gonna put it. But this next character is a different story. We have Sharon Marsh from South Park. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't deny the truth, okay? I had a South Park phase. It had a chokehold on me in the winter of 2021. Hell, my whole TikTok For You page at that time was just South Park. All day, every day. When the post-COVID like specials were coming out of Paramount, I literally got like a trial account just to watch it, and I literally remember coming home from school and watching it, and I was like so excited, and then I saw all the edits on TikTok. Oh my god, I was so scared that day to go on TikTok, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna see spoilers for like the whole thing. And then I went on TikTok and it was like flooded of edits of that one scene where like, honestly, might rewatch South Park. Might rewatch.
In the event of Dr. McCormick's death, he wants everyone to know the group that is responsible for the way things are. It is, quote, "my 3 dickhead friends, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman." What?
Anyway, I am listening. I'm very much listening. Next, we have Doja Cat. This is one of the only celebrity entries I got, which gives me the opportunity to kind of talk about, did any other gay people have like such a hard time coming up with celebrity crushes? Because like for the longest time I had to lie about crushes. Like, I'd just pick some random guy from my school and be like, oh yeah, I like him. And then the next time someone asked, I'd be like, oh, I actually like him. But for like celebrity crushes, I didn't make up one because I genuinely couldn't even lie. Like, I never saw the appeal. Like, I always wondered why I never had a One Direction phase, and now I know why. There was a reason. Like, I genuinely had never had a celebrity crush until I saw Melanie Martinez. That's mother, guys. Not to mention Melanie helped me like evolve with my style kind of too. But back to Doja. I found her right in the cusp of my,
oh man, do I even like men?
right before I chopped off the hair into my 8th grade middle school baby gay pixie cut era. Now the answer to this question is usually just Doja, because have you seen this woman? You have good taste. Now I know I said I wasn't gonna judge you.
I'm gonna judge you.
But OnlyJayus, really? Automatically, I do not see the appeal. I'm judging you right now. I'm really sorry. This might have actually been before she was exposed, but I don't care. Lola from Shark Tale. I always forget Shark Tale's a movie. Like, I mean, obviously it's a movie, but it just is one of those movies where like, I feel like I made it up. I feel like it's not real. I don't know how I feel about this. It's an in-between of, it's not, I mean, I'm gonna put this in I have so many questions.
I have so many questions.
And next we have both Marshal Lee and Marceline, which I was not shocked to see up here. I was actually hoping we'd get Marceline because
me too.
Obviously I'm listening, so we know where Marceline is going. And Marshal Lee, I'm gonna go ahead and put in valid, which, separate tangent, but the gender bending this show did actually like awakened something else in me. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's just not shocking to only see Marceline several times in this list, but also Marshal Lee. Next is Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm sorry, you're valid. Actually, I think I'm listening. He's such an asshole, but like... Also, Fantastic Mr. Fox is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Also, you have to... Why am I speaking Simlish? We have Jade from Victorious. A lot of you are probably gonna yell at me, but I didn't grow up with Victorious. I was a huge iCarly kid, and maybe saw a Victorious episode like once in a while, and I know they did like a crossover, and I saw that episode. I just wouldn't consider myself a fan just because I didn't watch it enough. However, I did watch Sam and Cat though, for some reason. Probably, I mean, it's Ariana Grande, okay? The reason was probably actually Sam, because she was my favorite character on iCarly besides Spencer. Back to Victorious, okay? Jade is a character where I expected on this list when I first posted it, so no surprises here. Also, before I left TikTok, I got so many comments saying I look like her, and I don't see it at all. Now, on the other hand, I do see this one, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm gonna put her in valid, even though I didn't watch the show myself, but I definitely see the vision, because you know what? We're gonna have a pause. My gay awakening was not. No one said my gay awakening in this form, and I was actually a little shocked. So my gay awakening was Gwen from Total Drama. I've talked about her on this channel. I had a drawing of her I traced from the internet on my wall. Now Gwen was like a huge gay awakening character for me. When I was little, I traced a picture of her and I hung it on my wall in my bedroom. I tried so hard to get a video of it from my family computer, but I literally couldn't, so enjoy this grainy photo. But point being, I see the vision. I had very similar taste, and like, speaking of the iCarly universe, the next one we have is Freddie. I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't get behind it. His character kind of made me mad as a kid. I hated Steady so much, which I also think is because I had a crush on Sam. So I'm gonna put him in I don't see the appeal. Next is Bonnie from FNAF. Do I need to explain why this is valid? Do I? You know, I thought it was just me when I liked this franchise as a kid that was having a crush on the animatronics. I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, why am I like this? It was not, in fact, just me. I am definitely more of a foxy girl, okay? I also, you know what? No. I was gonna say I also like the marionette, but I really just wanted to also look like the marionette. Next we have Anthony from the OG Wiggles. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know what he looks like. Anthony Field.
Oh, he's the blue one.
As valid as this is, I also have a lot of questions. Next we have Wyatt from 16. I was so excited when I got a 16 character on this form because I fucking love 16. I was just rewatching it like not that long ago. It's genuinely so funny, and you are so tasteful for this immediately. I actually had one of those like I want to be her friend so bad crushes on Nikki. The angsty characters always get me. What did I say? They always get me. They have me in a chokehold. I'm just weak. Wyatt's automatically going to valid. Next is Thorn from the Hex Girls. I was so excited to see this one on here. I don't know if you guys heard, but I saw it on Twitter like not that long ago that there was supposed to be like a revamp of like, I'm pretty sure it was like a Hex Girls focused movie or like a movie that had them in it again, and they scrapped it. I think it was a part of like, you know, how there was like another Scoob movie or something that got like totally scrapped even though it was like fully animated and like literally almost done. I think it was a part of something like that, and they had like new original songs written for the Hex Girls in this project, and like, why would you scrap that? I was really so distraught. I definitely see the vision and I hear you out, so I'm gonna put this in I'm listening, because from like what I've researched, Thorn is in her early 20s, and so are the rest of the Hex Girls. Next, we unfortunately have the Onceler. I'm sorry, I don't. This is either going in I have so many questions or I don't see the appeal. The Onceler is like, I don't like him. He freaks me out. I feel like
the Onceler is someone like I would find in my closet in the middle of the night.
Also, the fact he was like chopping down all the trees is gonna give me the ick no matter what, so it wouldn't work out between us. I'm gonna put him in I don't see the appeal. The next one is Sans from I haven't actually played Undertale. I remember like I watched some gameplay of it, but I like didn't get very far enough in the gameplay to like have an obsession with it. Just like, I don't even have any words, okay? This is such a common occurrence. Like the amount of times I'll see people online being like, I had a crush on Sans. This is who you had a crush on. This is your gay awakening. I want to put this in I I have so many questions. Speaking of I have so many questions, I need to read this next one. The good wholesome answer is Raven from Teen Titans, and the bad answer is Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents because he got pregnant and it really opened my eyes. Is this a fetish? I'm kind of flabbergasted, in all honesty. I'm gonna put this in, obviously. So yeah, why is this so oddly specific? That it was pregnant Cosmo. You didn't have a crush on him before he was pregnant. And speaking of Fairly Odd Parents, we also have Jorgen Von Strangle. I feel like I said that wrong, but when I first saw this, I literally Googled it because I was like,
Who is that?
and when I tell you, my jaw fell on the floor. As many questions as I have about this one, I kinda get it. I don't relate. At least you didn't like him. Okay, the Cosmo one is so different because like if you just said you like Cosmo, I would have been like, okay. But you said you like Cosmo when he was pregnant. I still don't have any words. Next is Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Oh my god, have you guys heard that they're making a Zootopia 2? I was literally so excited. The other sequels they announced, however, we don't need another Toy Story. Like, you need to be serious. We didn't even need the fourth one, to be honest, but like, they made it work, I guess. I had never watched it, so I wouldn't know. But Judy, I'm debating putting her in valid or I have so many questions. I don't really have a lot of questions, but I just don't. Honestly, I don't see the appeal. I'm so sorry, Judy Hopps. Next is Gabrielle from High School Musical. Honestly, immediately valid. I feel like if you liked someone from or if High School Musical was your gay awakening, I feel like that is the most valid gay experience there ever could be. And on the topic of musicals, very similar, we have Tanner from Teen Beach Movie. I'm beyond excited for the Barbie movie, but immediately when they like announced that there's gonna be like multiple of each, like multiple Kens, multiple Barbies, when I saw Tanner from Teen Beach Movie, that is Ken. That is the closest you will ever get to a Ken doll. That was completely off topic, but I don't have a lot to say about this one. I'll put Tanner in valid. Next is Lord Dominator from Wander Over Yonder. I'm gonna be so honest. I haven't seen Wander Over Yonder in a while, so let's take a gander. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, I vaguely remember this now, because like Hater, like, is like low-key in love with her when like he first realizes like, oh my god, she's a girl. I really need to do a video on Wander Over Yonder. I really want to rewatch it. Like that show, it totally got ended way too soon. Like one day I remember I actually really liked it, and then the next day I knew it was like gone. Like I didn't know what happened and I just moved on. I'm gonna put her on Hear Me Out, I'm Listening. Next is Shigo from Kim Possible. This is the ultimate. This is the top tier. You are so valid in that, and I can relate, so she's also gonna go in Hear Me Out, I'm Listening. I'm gonna be so real, I really don't remember much from Kim Possible because that's just how young I was. I remember enough to remember Shigo. Next is Sergeant Callahan from Wreck-It Ralph. We're on a roll with the Hear Me Out, I'm Listening, because she's going right there. Also, I love how she gets with Felix. Like that, it's just like the funniest couple, but also like the cutest couple. Next we have Finn McMissile from Cars 2. First of all, a car.
We're talking about a car.
Do you guys remember that one car that looks like Claro? I need to see what his voice sounds like.
There you go. Compliments of Finn McMissile. Excellent.
Is he British? I open the comments and the first thing I read is
158. That is so James Bond.
I need to listen now.
Rude, wasn't it? Right. Let's be off. Roger that. Here we go.
He is literally British. Honestly, he doesn't really do anything for me. I don't see the appeal. Next is Karen 2.0 from SpongeBob. Oh, I do remember this episode. Oh my god. I click pictures and there's fan art.
It's a computer. You guys are sick.
Yes. Basically, Plankton's, computer wife Karen ends up working at the Krusty Krab after being replaced by a newer model. Speaking of Plankton, really? I have so many questions. Honestly though, he's so jacked. Why does he looks like the IKEA bear, the one that has a really tiny head. This movie is not real. I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. I remember watching it. And we have our final category, which is Ninjago. I have not heard that name in years.
I literally gasped out loud.
First we have Naya, and I'm gonna have to look up these characters. I really don't remember. I think she is the one with the bob. I like vaguely remember the show. I don't remember anything about the like main guys. I think there's like, are they like elements or something? Why was I second guessing myself? I literally just googled it just now. It says a group of 6 teenage ninjas fighting against the forces of evil, also defined as elemental masters. I was literally right. They are the elements. They have elemental, it says several characters who also have elemental powers. Okay, yeah, she does have a bob at one point, but then she also has this like other ponytail, like shag, like curtain bang type look. The fact that I remembered her by her hair, I did have a crush on her. I'm gonna put her in Me Too But Not Anymore. And then we have Cole, who I really don't remember at all. I don't remember anything about the guys. How ironic. I get it. I get it. Honestly, he's not really doing anything for me, but I do get it. So I'm gonna put him invalid. And those were your gay awakenings ranked. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you want me to do another video like this in the future. I did have to shut the poll a couple hours after making it because I literally got like, I'm gonna say like 150 or something response. I got so many and I was just like, whoa, I'm not gonna be able to fit all these in the video, so I better cut it off now. This was honestly really fun to hear your guys' responses, and I will see you guys in the very next video.